sukh dukhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva nevam papam vapsyasi. Do the fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, sukh dukhe same kritva, loss or gain, labh, hani, victory or defeat. And by so doing, you shall never incur sin. Because the point is, Arjuna is saying, I will incur sin. So Krishna is saying, no, if you do like this, you will not incur sin. Sukh dukhe same kritva, labh, labho, labha, labha means labh and alabha, gain and loss, jaya, jayo, victory and defeat. Tato yuddha, you just fight. Thereafter, yuddha, for the sake of fighting, you just engage yourself. Engage yourself in fighting, nevam pamam. Never evam, you, in this way, you will never incur sin. No sinful reaction you will gain. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. There is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or loss, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. Very important point, that there is no point of happiness and distress and victory or gain, loss in the process of Krishna consciousness. Okay, that everything should be performed for the sake of Krishna is transcendental consciousness. So there is no reaction to material activities. He who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or in passion, is subjected to the reaction, good or bad. But he who has completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone, nor is he debtor to anyone as one is in the ordinary course of activities. Okay, so this is okay. Here Prabhupada is saying that there is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or loss, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. Why? Because one has this consciousness that I am doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. So any activities which is done for the pleasure of Krishna is having no profit, no loss. It is for pleasure of Krishna. So what is so there is no sense gratification. So many activities may look like material activities, but actually, like a person is going for a job, IT company or like that, some job, but his consciousness is that I will perform this job so that I will get some money, and that money I will engage in the service of Krishna, because in my home we have Radha Krishna, we offer food to them, we make nice dresses for them, we make nice garlands for them, right? We celebrate festivals for them. So for all this we need money, and we have temples, so we support temple also, and a lot of things we do. Okay, so for that purpose I need to do this job, and I have family, I have my wife who is a very nice devotee of Krishna, I have children, they are also nice devotee of Krishna, and Krishna has given me this responsibility so that I can help them and support them in progressing in bhakti. So for all those things I need some money, so I need to work. So this job is not a material thing, but actually it is a service given to me by Krishna. So by performing this job, I am actually performing service to Krishna. So this is called Krishna consciousness. Even though if you see from external point of view, so it is from the external point of view, it looks like he's just doing some material activities, and he's engaged, because other person also doing the same job and he is also doing the same job, but his consciousness is different than the other fellow. You know, other fellow is doing for his sense gratification, right? He may think in different way, right? Oh, if I get money, if I do this job, I'll get a lot of money, I can have nice sense gratification, I can eat more non-veg, I can drink costly liquors, you know, I can spend money for illegal activities, and I can spend even for family purpose. They think because wife is there, she gives me sense gratification, children gives me this, and in future, if today I will take care of the children, future they will give me so many things in return. So this is all sense gratification, because you are expecting something from wife, you are expecting something from children, so you are not doing any selfless service here. Yes, so that's the point. So that's material activity. So both, from external point of both look same, but one is Krishna conscious activity, one is material activities. But externally looking, both are looking same. So the other for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or in passion, is subject to the reaction, good or bad. So suppose sometimes people are acting in for sense gratification, but in the mode of goodness. Like some people do charity, why? So that they will get heavenly planets, or some people will praise them, they will get name, fame. So, but they also have this feel that I should help these people. So this is goodness, that somebody is feeling little compassionate about others. But at the same time, they have this feel that if I do that, I will be glorified. You know? Or they will take care of the family members and all. But they have expecting some sense gratification also. So Rajoguna and Satoguna also, both are there, but still if they are acting for sense gratification, then they have to face the reaction of it. If it is good, then good reaction, if bad, then bad reaction. But another person who has completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer of. It is said, this is a very nice shloka from Bhagavatam. देवर्षिभूताप्तनृणां पितॄणां नाकिं करो नायं ऋणी च राजन् सर्वात्मनः या शरणं शरण्यं गतो मुकुन्दं परिहृत्य कर्तम्. Anyone who has completely surrendered unto Krishna Mukunda, giving up all other duties, Sarvatmana yah sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam parihirtya karmi. So a person, anyone who has completely surrendered unto Krishna Mukunda and he gave up all other duties, that person is no longer a debtor, or nor is he obliged to anyone. One may think like this, that I am doing bhakti, but what about my debt for this devtas, for pitras? They think now that I have some activities to do for my forefathers, my parents and all. No debts are pending, everything is finished. Not the demigods, nor the sages, nor the people in general, nor kinsmen, nor humanity, nor forefathers. No, nothing pending towards demigods, no debt from sages, from the people in general, like societies. I mean, you have some duties for society even. No, nothing, okay. And relatives, so there also no further. And humanity or forefathers, nothing. He is free. He is surrendered to Krishna, everything is finished. Okay. That's why Krishna is saying, don't think that, because people feel that if they surrender to Krishna and they don't perform these activities, then what will happen? They will get some sin. Because I am not doing some service to my forefathers or to my society, what relatives will say, I will get some sin because I have not done this, I have not done that. No. You are you are surrendering, you have surrendered to Sri Krishna, you are pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then how it is possible that demigods or forefathers or relatives, they are not satisfied? Everybody will be satisfied. Yasmin to stay, Jagat to stay. If Krishna is satisfied from someone, then whole world is satisfied from that person. Yes. So that person who is completely surrendered to Krishna, that person is free from all. His Krishna consciousness should be pure. A person may not reach at the pure devotee level, Shuddha Bhakti level, but his Shraddha is pure. And Prabhupada used to say, because he had joined the path, so one day, if you follow the path, then gradually you will become pure. Okay, so his Shraddha is pure, that yes, what is the faith definition is? That if just only by performing Krishna conscious activities, all the things are done. That is the faith. No other activity and no faith in any other activity. That's what Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Leave all the faith, all the things, and surrender unto Mam Ekam Sharanam. Surrender only to Krishna. Okay, then what will Krishna do? Krishna will Aham Tam Sarpabhyo. If at all you are getting any sin because you are not able to do other activities, then Aham Tam Sarpabhyo Mokshiyashyami Ma Shuchaha. Business is to see Krishna happy. That's the only business. He want to always see Krishna. He want happy. He want to give pleasure to Krishna. That's all. So that is Shuddha Bhakti, that is devotion. Bhakti means always working for the pleasure of Krishna. So that is serving, I am serving to Krishna, that is his happiness. Okay, Prasannatma. So there may be loss or gain, there may be victory or defeat, there may be distress or happiness, that does not matter. He is not affected with this duality. This is Krishna's teaching here, that don't get affected by dualities. This world is full of dualities. Sukha, Dukha, Labha, Hani, Jaya, Parajaya. Okay, just be engaged in my service. That's what Krishna is saying. Just be engaged in the service of Krishna. Don't get affected by dualities of the world. This will be at the end of Bhagavad Gita. These topics will come in detail. Mam ekam sharanam braja, sam siddhir haritoshnam, Bhagavatam also saying. So you do not consider whether it is a loss or a gain, but you have to see that Krishna is satisfied. Hari toshnam, in every aspect, because in many ways, from material point of view, it may look a loss, but if Hari is santusht, Hari is pleased, then everything is success. Okay, Sam Siddhir Haritoshnam. The real perfection of life is whether by our service Krishna is satisfied or not. Sometimes we may show so many things, but because of our ego and our ahankar, that I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, Krishna is not satisfied. Because sometimes some devotee will say, you do like this, but I say, no, I know better way, I will do, I will show you. And then you do this thing and you say, see, I have told you now, I can do this, see, now I have done it better way. So because you are showing too much ego, too much proud, ahankar, then Krishna, the service externally it may look very wonderful, but Krishna may not be pleased. Sometimes somebody will say, I will show how great cook I am. I will show how nicely I can decorate the deities, how nicely I can do this thing. So just to show that they will do this thing, but Krishna is not pleased there. Okay, so that's what we have to worry about. The real perfection of life is whether by our service Krishna is pleased or not. That we have to see. Yes. So Krishna, if Krishna is satisfied, then our service is perfect. That is perfection. So we don't consider our personal victory or defeat, loss or gain, distress or happiness. We do not consider all these things. We just consider the Krishna's pleasure, Krishna's happiness. Therefore, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said that when I carry out a very difficult task for Krishna, that task becomes real happiness for me. So that is the standard of happiness. In the material world, there is duality. In the absolute world, there is simply happiness and nothing else. Okay. So when Krishna, even from material point of view, we are not enough intelligent. We are material intelligence, and that's also little only we have. Very little bit. How we can understand? First of all, we cannot understand all the material things. See, if I am supremely intelligent, highly intelligent from material point of view itself, then I must be able to understand all the concepts, all the things in material world, right? I don't know many things from material in the material world itself. So I should not be proud that I am very intelligent or I am very skilled or qualified. No, I still cannot understand many things in the material world from. Okay, I understand only very tiny things, very little things. So that's the idea here. So because we have very less material understanding, material intelligence, then we are not able to understand even material things, then how we can understand spiritual things? Okay, so no point. So from our material vision, we cannot understand that how there is a happiness in the distress. So when the gopis were crying in separation from Krishna, that is great happiness. That happiness which they experienced while crying because they were away from Krishna, that happiness is greater than happiness which they derive from meeting Krishna. Okay, so that is the Krishna conscious philosophy. Okay, more than union, they experience bliss in separation. Viraha or more than sanyoga, viyog gives them pleasure, because in viyog they are always thinking about Krishna, so that gives them more pleasure. So one should not consider too much about his personal gain or loss or victory or defeat, but one should serve Krishna and think only about the pleasure of Krishna. That's the point. So same way Jatayu, material point of view, Jatayu was he lost the battle with Ravana and he could not save Mother Sita, so it's loss. And Jatayu, before fighting itself, he might be having idea that I cannot win over Ravana, but still he fought with Ravana and served to his best ability. He served Mother Sita and Lord Sri Ramachandra, and then he lost the battle, but in the battle of his journey, he got victory. Why? Because Lord Ramachandra personally became so happy, even though he could not save, even though he was a loser, but in the eyes of Lord Ramachandra, he was glorious, he was victorious, right?